I always thought about harming myself.
I'm shy. I struggled with making friends.
I never thought I could do anything. I have extremely low self esteem.
Lately, I've been eating my pain away. Just throw it back up. I've been struggling to lose weight. Somebody said I don't fit in just because I wear my hair the way I like it.
1 out of 5 American girls suffer from mental health problems. Don't be that girl. Talk to someone.
Those thoughts I had are long gone, for I have a future I need to get to.
In order to get better, I had to do better. I learned how to make friends.
I believe in myself. That's when everyone else did, I set an example.
Instead of me eating everything, I started watching my calories. The weight is falling off.
I went to change my hair, but I decided it was for me. It's for me.
A PSA from the Curvy Girl Project.
And good morning, and welcome to Expose Under the Sun, sponsored by the Detroit Native Sun newspaper. I'm your host, Darwin Griffin, and we have a very informative half an hour with my special guest, Pastor Velma Jean Overman from Christ Temple of Refuge in Inkster, Michigan. I'm sure I said that right. So CTOR. So hopefully I got that right. I can see the grin on her face. So I guess I must have got at least most of that right if I didn't get it all right. But before we get started, we are broadcasting live from the phenomenal city of Highland Park, Michigan, under the auspices of the Honorable Mayor Mike Duggan, and the Honorable Mayor Glenda McDonald from Highland Park, and the Honorable Mayor Mike Duggan from Detroit. But again, there's a few things that I just wanted to announce before we get started. First of all, I want to go and pay homage to a couple of people. I mean, I think a lot of people, know who Pete Rose is. He was a baseball player that played baseball with the Cincinnati Reds, and he was also known as Charlie Hustle. But he passed away September 30th. And I also want to pay homage to Dikembe Mutombo, who was a basketball player that played with a couple of basketball teams. And I know he was most known for taking his index finger and waving it and doing this little side to side to let folks know, not in my house. You can't do that in my house. So again, he made his transition. I think that Pete Rose was 83, and I believe Dikembe Mutombo, I believe he was 59. So our hearts go out to, and our condolences go out to the Rose family and the Mutombo families. They were some phenomenal athletes, and they will surely be missed. But also, too, we just got completed a convention for the state of Michigan with NAACP, and myself and my guest, Pastor Overman. We're on the state board with NAACP, and we had a phenomenal convention, and we had various folks that attended, conducted some great workshops, talking about election, talking about making certain that everybody was all in, and this was under the auspices of the president, Yvonne White. And we were also blessed with the presence of the Lieutenant Governor, Garland Gilchrist, and we also had the two candidates that are running for your support for the Michigan State Supreme Court, and just a host of other people that came out, to speak with us. So we were really enriched with a lot. And myself and Pastor Overman and one of our other branch members, I want to say Marvin Franklin, but I think he was nicknamed Melvin Franklin, were some of the singers that we sang a couple of songs on Sunday. We had a religious service that Pastor Overman presided over, as well as another pastor who presided over the service, who was from the Pontiac area. So just want to thank Stemmie Booth, who's the president of the Northern Oakland County chapter, as well as other people that were there in the house. So we had a good time, and we wanted to make sure that everybody that left away from that convention were all in. But again, before we get started too, just make a couple of quick announcements. One, I'm a part of an organization called Building Black Brickmasters, and we're having a Politics of Politricks or spiritual warfare that's going to be an opportunity for us to chop it up. And it's going to be an examination in the MRI on Project 2025. And for those of you that know about Project 2025, we got to make sure that we stay woke and make certain that everybody understands what Project 2025 is all about. And that's going to be at the shrine, the historic shrine of the Black Madonna, located right there on the corner of Linwood and Hogarth. The address is 7625 Linwood, and it's going to be from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. And myself and others will be part of one of the panels, which is consisting of the baby boomers. We also will have another panel that's going to have millennials and the Gen Zs. So we're going to have all these cross-generational individuals that'll be sitting on the panel and talking about why it's important to make sure that your voice is heard on November the 5th. Because as everybody knows now, we have 34 more days before that election. And we want to let people know, as we've talked on previous shows, there's early voting. You can also go and you can vote absentee, as well as vote same day on election day, November the 5th. So as some of you know also too, that there is also a debate that's going to go on tonight. And that's going to be consisting of the vice presidential candidates, which includes Tim Walz from Virginia, and he's the governor, as well as the senator from, and Tim Walz is the Democratic candidate for the vice president, and then also J.D. Vance from Ohio, who was a senator, and he is the Republican candidate that will be in the debate tonight. So again, hopefully people will get a chance to go and watch this debate and get an opportunity to either bolster their support for one candidate or the other, or they may change their opinion about one candidate and want to center it around the other candidate. So again, we hope that people will get a chance to go and watch the debate to get an opportunity to find out who best represents their thoughts, their ideas, and the future for the country. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about too was that the Michigan Democratic Party Black Caucus, which I'm the second vice chair for the state, we're having a fundraiser on the 3rd. It's going to be at the also historic TULC, and it's located right there at 8670 Grand River, just before you get to before you get to Joy, if you're going up Grand River, going west on Grand River. And the time is going to be 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock, and the admission cost is a minor $50, but it's a fundraiser to help the local candidates that are running and looking for your support here in the local area, of Wayne County, especially in the Detroit area. As many of you know, there's a lot of candidates that are running for school board. We've got 22 candidates running for school board. There's the candidates that are running in the 12th and the 13th congressional district. We represent part of Detroit, as well as commissioners and also state representatives and judges that are looking for your support as well. So please, if you get an opportunity, come out and support, because there will probably be a lot of candidates that will be there as well, looking for your support as well too. Okay, my special guest today is Ms. Pastor Velma Jean Overman, and many of you know her when it comes down to the Ministerial Alliance that she's involved with out in the Inkster area. And Pastor Overman, welcome to Expose Under the Sun today.
Well, thank you for the invite. As always, it's wonderful to be here with you in the studio and to really be very thankful for this opportunity of our voices being heard through the media, particularly media of color. So I'm very thankful to be here. I'm excited to share some good news about some things happening in the NAACP with our listening audience. So welcome.
Well, I guess that's a good segue to get into an opportunity to talk about what Western Wayne County NAACP is doing, and if there's some additional information you want to disseminate to the audience, please feel free to do so.
Well, we're excited, as you had talked about earlier. Our state convention was just absolutely phenomenal to galvanize us around because, as everyone is aware of, the NAACP is a nonpartisan group. But at the same time, we want to make sure that people understand the power of a collective vote. So we had lots of boot camp training on the power of galvanizing people from across the state of Michigan and how that we as NAACP, speaking from the state level, can really empower all of the individual branches to bring the most to our communities and go back and get people ready to vote. And not to be fearful, but to understand that we have the choice, and we never tell you what your choice is, but it is yours to take and to make sure that you vote. So I'm excited about that work, and to our branch in particular, Western Wayne County NAACP, where our president is Gina Wilson Stewart, and I sit proudly as the first vice president of that branch. We cover 24 cities, 720,000 individuals reside in that community. So when I think about our opportunity as leaders there, how can we take advantage of that, and how can we ensure that the communities that are a part of Western Wayne, and as our state president said, it's every city west of Detroit, outside of Detroit. So when you think about that, you're talking from downriver all the way to Northville, all the way across. So we're proud to serve there and to have that access to families. So how do we maximize that? I think we got lots of information from our boot camp to make that happen. And I'm sure you agree with that. It was just phenomenal. So what we're talking about with our Freedom Fund dinner and everything leading up to that, and there's several things, you being the chair of labor and industry, have planned this phenomenal event that will include lunch, but at the same time it is bringing in leaders from across our communities, labor and industry. And if you want to go into that, because you brought these partners together, and there are some phenomenal individuals that will be in attendance on October the 16th?
17th.
October 17th at Region 1A. So if you want to go into that and share some of that.
Well, basically, as you were alluding to, October the 17th, this is going to be located at Region 1A, and Region 1A is under the auspices of the director there, and her name is Laura Dickerson, and that's located in Taylor, Michigan, and that's right near Wick Road on Telegraph. And this is sponsored through the Western Wayne County NAACP, the committee that I chair, which is Labor and Industry. And it's also co-sponsored by the community in terms of, say, that you chair that committee. And what we're going to do is we're going to have some labor leaders. We're going to have some people in the community that are going to be represented. And we're going to talk about how labor and industry can work with the community to make certain that not only are we talking about getting the job done when it comes to the elections,
Right.
but also for the future and how the people that we put in office are going to be held accountable for doing the things that the community needs them to do. So we've got a great panel of people that are going to be speaking on that. We've got Cassie Jones McBride, who is also through an organization that she's involved with called Fuller Woman. That's going to be also one of our other sponsors for the event. We've got Andre Washington. We've got Jerry King. We've got Laura Dickerson is going to be one of the panelists. Forgive me, I don't want to...
Alan Wilson.
We've got Alan Wilson of Romulus, and he's also going to be joined by, and that's why the person that's the deputy executive director, and I'll let you say his
Oh,
name.
I saw from Wayne County, correct, yes.
Okay.
And he, the executive director, yes.
For Wayne
Chief-
County.
Yes. And we don't-
Under the
Warren
county
Evans.
executive, Warren Evans.
Yes.
Okay.
So a
And-
strong panel.
Yes,
Very
it
strong
is.
panel.
And as you said, food will be served. We're going to also have a raffle, and we're going to give people an opportunity to go and network, as well. So please,
Yeah, a couple of Lions tickets, so they're
and-
pretty hot after last night. Well,
after the
actually
game,
whole
after
year,
that
so.
42-29 win last
Yeah,
night over
yeah.
the Seattle Seahawks. So we know that that's probably one of the hottest tickets
Yeah,
in the football arena, but we're not going to be remiss because we also have to support those dynamic Detroit Tigers,
oh yeah, today.
who also
right. 2 o'clock.
made the wild card berth, and they're going to be playing against the Houston
Yes.
Astros.
Yes.
So we definitely want to keep them lifted up, in our thoughts and prayers that everyone stays healthy. And as we talk about it being sports entertainment, that we hope that as the Lions game was last night, it was very entertaining. I mean, people were excited. The energy, you could just cut it with a knife, how thick
Yeah.
it was
They kept
when
coming
people
back.
left, after the game. And it's really getting a lot of men and women to rally around these sports teams,
Yeah.
in Detroit. So this is a great time to be a sports fan in the city of Detroit. So between the Lions, between the Tigers, now we're hoping that the Red Wings,
Yeah, get a little
and
ice
we're
hockey in
hoping
there.
that the Pistons will get some of that enthusiasm, and they will have a very
Yeah.
productive season as well.
Yeah.
But there's also another event that's coming up because this is the prelude to our Freedom Fund dinner
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Western Wayne County NAACP. And one note, too, to let everyone know, a lot of people are so accustomed to saying NAACP, but as we were told by our state president, Yvonne White, and by others in NAACP, it is now called NAACP, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. A lot of people didn't know, but people were confusing it when they said N. They were confusing sometimes and think it was NCAA, but it's NAACP.
College basketball, probably.
Well, not so much the college, but everything. Football, basketball, baseball,
No.
but everything with NCAA.
Yeah.
So now, as everyone, knows now, to say NAACP. But Freedom Fund, we've got coming up on October the 20th. And I'll let you go into some details about that
Well,
Freedom Fund dinner.
So you talked about the luncheon, and there's still time to register. You can go online on our website at the NAACP Western Wayne County. You can register there. And you have to register to be in the drawing for those Lions tickets. But there's a fish fry coming up the day after. So we're trying to make this a powerful week that you won't forget. So you'll attend the luncheon, and then the fish fry, and then that Sunday evening is our huge Freedom Fund dinner. And in the past, it has grown and grown and grown. I think we had over 500 people last year. So it's always a place to come, to enjoy. And most importantly, it's how we really build and secure our future with our youth. This funding is used for scholarships. So this is a big deal for us. So this will be an unforgettable evening that you want to make sure you're attending. There's tickets available. You can still get your tables. You can still have sponsorship opportunities. And our keynote speaker, Mrs. Andrea Hunter, was just selected by our governor to be a part of the Women's Commission Board. So let alone the things she's done as leading with the steel plant and APRI president for Downriver, correct?
Which I happen to be her
First Vice President, correct. So she is a phenomenal keynote. I have heard her in the past. This is going to be an evening to be remembered, and not just our keynote, but the people that are being honored throughout, and that's whether you're a trailblazer or a community activist. There's so many positions that you want to come and see what's really happening in Wayne County, at least Western Wayne County. So am I leaving out anything? It's still time to get a table. I never do individual tickets. Get a table because it's so important, just like for voting, that we bring someone with us. And sometimes we have to bring them kicking and screaming to the polls, but bring them. And for the Freedom Fund dinner, the food is always amazing. The company is great. Your opportunity to meet with people, whether we're talking legislative or we're talking business owners, you want to be in this place on Sunday, October 20th in Dearborn. So we have to...
What's the time?
5, 4?
We said evening.
I'm only the first vice president.
Right. So, but it's going to start at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, thank you. So
The other thing to also add to what you were saying, Pastor Overman, is that we're going to be giving some awards out to various people. As you know, previously your organization got the award last year when it came down to Operation Refuge. That I know you remembered that. And then also we had a lot of people that received awards as well, including police departments as well as elected officials. And this year we're going to be recognizing people that receive awards in various different categories. Our own second vice president of Western Wayne County, Pastor John D. Hearn II, is going to also be receiving an award. Also to the Inkster Deltas
correct.
of Delta Sigma Theta sorority, they're going to be receiving an award. We also have our state second secretary or vice secretary for the state of Michigan under NAACP, Ms. Ruby Richards, is going to be receiving an award. And in addition, we're also having the award that will be given out to one of our legislative individuals, which happens to be State Senator Stephanie Chang.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
And then we're also going to recognize in the 34th District Court, and that's the Honorable Judge Lisa Martin, who's also going to be given an award. And then lastly, and in terms of say with people, Miss India Harris, who personally is also going to be receiving, an award as well. And I don't know if I may have, and let me make sure that I don't leave out
Vicki Dobbins.
Miss Vicki Dobbins.
Yes.
Miss Vicki Dobbins.
Strong community
is
advocate.
a person that does so much work in Eastern Michigan. She did my show with me last week, and as I indicated, she's a strong community presence. Former school board member in the city of River Rouge, and just a powerhouse when it comes to community. She's a member of the Idlewilders, and she, like I said, she also is a author who wrote a book, The Bachelor and the Bachelorette.
Yes.
Along with a gentleman named Ron Dupree. So there's so much activity that's going on. So, this is a great time to be in Wayne, Oakland, Macomb, in the Tri-County area because of all of the events that's going on. And we pray that everybody continues to stay safe, especially we talked about the Lions games. So we want everybody to stay safe. There may be tailgating. I know that's one of the things that they talked about, was that they didn't have the tailgating party last night, but they're making they're doing some things a little bit different in the sheds that host the tailgate parties. So hopefully those will be safe for people to
And the
come back
VIP.
to,
Yes.
you know, and be able to enjoy the Lions games. As everybody knows, the Lions, this is going to be a bye week for them, so everybody has a chance to really get out there and support and promote the Tigers that are, you know, hopefully will win this wild card spot and will continue on in the playoffs. We're hoping that everybody continues to support the Michigan Wolverines, but as I want to say, go Spartans. So we're hoping that we can kind of lift up the Spartans, Michigan State, and then also Eastern and Western Michigan and Central Michigan. So, you know, the list goes on and on and on. So we hope that and then the other thing too is that because this is the fall season, people will be doing a lot of holiday, you know, Halloween parties and going to the cider mills. I know you just got back from the cider mill out at Wilds. And we also know too that people are going to be not just going to the cider mills, but they're going to be also going to have an opportunity to dress in their costumes and, you know, and that. So we want everybody to be safe. We want this to be a very, very pleasant holiday season. Changes as far as seeing the leaves. So enjoy nature, enjoy Michigan. This is a great time.
Get someone to
be
vote.
here. And lastly, to make certain we get people out there to vote.
Absolutely.
We've had a pleasure with you today on the show, Pastor Velma Jean Overman, and we hope and pray that you will come back. But you've been watching Expose Under the Sun, sponsored by the Detroit Native Sun newspaper. If you'd like to get a copy of the Detroit Native Sun newspaper, you can contact Ms. Valerie Lockhart, 313-496-5944. And again, if you'd like to advertise, you can contact her for that same information as well. Have a great rest of this afternoon and watch the vice presidential debate this evening.
Here at the Full and Fabulous Curvy Girl Project, we don't just focus on health, beauty, and self-esteem. We also offer an amazing summer program for young ladies ages 12 to 18. For more information, visit our website at fullandfabulous.org. See you soon.